Yep, this is Kennedy Lake, frozen on the shore right now. Right now on top of it. Yeah, it's indeed cold out there. Alright, welcome to the Bob Ridge video. Staying on Kennedy Lake. And now we're going to be talking about today, well, first of all, Sears and Kmarts closing the stores, but thankfully there's no one. Sears and Kmarts closing about 100 stores, but we're going to be talking about, the Switch and what influences could be the future of video gaming here. Now, I have to say that Switch, I still relate that the Switch is a handheld unit. Now, the problem with the Switch right now is a lack of space, and right now Nintendo's delayed the thing until Nintendo's delayed bigger carts, the 64 kilobyte carts, until 2019, which now poses a problem because at that point, with constraints, you have to force to download. You only get parts of the game on things, and you have to be on the internet to download the rest onto the game, or you're going to have to have the update, which is kind of a problem because I think there might be still some stuff that don't have internet access, but whatever it is here. But I have to say that the future is going to be like I think consoles and handhelds will still coincide with each other in the future, because you really can't mix console and handheld and towards the same thing, and the Nintendo Switch proved that of this generation. But I believe in the future, I like those, especially those with internet connection here. You could be saving games through the cloud, and you can transfer it from remotely from your hard drive at home to your console on the go, and being able to play it, or you could probably just stream it on the go. And I believe I think that's where the future is going to be holding here. Will the 9th generation be the last generation of consoles? I don't know. But certainly consoles and computers are going to be blurring together. I think people are just going to be ending up buying a low-end computer and playing them as. I think the future is going to be PC. And I think that's what's going to be coming down to. I think PCs are right now developing handheld PCs, and between handhelds, laptops, and a computer. And I think the closest thing you can get to a hybrid system is a laptop, because it's a computer. You could just take it on the go, and then similar with tablets. Tablets I call it a handheld system. Even though you can plug it to a laptop, it's a tablet's a handheld system. Which, that's why I relate that the handheld system is that's why I relate that the Switch is a handheld system, because the Switch is a tablet, and tablets are mobile devices, and I believe that Switch is basically a dedicated mobile device. And I do believe that Nintendo will release a dedicated home console that will connect with the Switch, and perhaps taking them to gaming on the go. And you could play it remotely onto the Switch. And I think that might be what will happen here, because that probably the closest thing you could get is the Switch itself and cloud home console. You could just connect them through the cloud. Your home cloud, what it is. I mean, your home cloud being your central computer at your house and sharing data for your mobile devices. And I believe that's where the future is going to be lying at here. That's what the console is. That's what the console is going to be here. What's over here? Excuse me here. That's what the Switch's news. The news that Sears, Kmart, and Macy's is closing stores is, I believe that we're going to have a future where we're going to be seeing more recreation. I believe it's good for state parks. Food courts are going to be migrating out of malls and into recreation centers, and they're going to be relying more on, for convenience, they're probably relying more on rest stops and, so like this here, rest stops and like outlets or like that here. That's probably where the future is going to be going. And speaking of restaurants, I believe that eateries are, I believe that future restaurants are going to be mixing the kitchen with the dining area. And we're already seeing that in homes. Kitchens are becoming a social, and it's now starting to migrate into like a kitchen area. Or maybe I believe that, kitchen inside the dining room. Like, and we might see stove tops in the dining room, and maybe those Keurigs and coffee machines, and kind of like what I call a bistro area in the living room. And so same thing's going on with restaurants in the future. The future is that outlets are going to become recreations and eateries. Even the future, and I believe even the future, high-end shopping centers are probably just going to become, probably the stores are probably just going to become display area, displays, and then you can order up at the store and put in your address, and it's tough to just try here at this place and say you're going to order out from factory direct and coming home, and I believe that's what's going to happen. Now, games itself. I believe that games are going to be, it's going to be kind of internet reliant here in ways that we're not going to be, it's not going to be just downloading, we're going to be uploading content for others, because I do believe that mods and youth generation content are the wave of the future. We've seen that in Mario Maker. What was limiting the Mario Maker was that the lack of Nintendo was harsh on stuff uploading loads level to YouTube. That's a problem, because if we see a lot of Mario Makers today on YouTube, we would have had a lot of higher sales, and say that would lead to a higher generation of sales. This is why you gotta let people upload stuff on YouTube, because it will help the industry forward, and it's really a communications. You have to be open towards the communications towards the games. Like, I can't post my videos online because Nintendo's just going to take it down. Because Nintendo is, look at that, little snow spout. Little tornado, kind of like a desert except it's snow. Anyway, it's going to be, gamers, they have to be open with the thing in the future. So, back to the subject of here. Yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of user generation content with people uploading and downloading parts to a game. And Media Molecule's Dream, I hope that game is not broken to coming out this year, hopefully this year. It's going to be it might be the game that will finally open up the doors to providing us with a platform where we're going to be uploading and downloading game and game parts to it here. So yeah, this is the future of gaming and the future of what retail space is going to be. And I also talked about futures of eateries and our home of the future, where the living room, dining room, kitchen is going to become the great room. And so yeah, it's JD out in this frigid cold Neshoba watershed trails, and frozen Lake Kennedy. Kind of standing on it right now because ice is thick enough to support me. So what's 2018 going to be bringing? Hopefully things will change for the better. We will get rid of people will have better things than DRM. And yes, of course, I don't condone piracy. Piracy, I don't do piracy. No, I like to download legit. For classic games, I go to goodoldgames.com and download the stuff on PC. And so yeah, 2 more days and we're done with this. Cold. Yeah. Lake Kennedy, frozen.